coalition of northern groups (CNG) has said that the cash withdrawal limit policy by the federal government, by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) is a recipe for disaster and should be resisted by well-meaning Nigerians, claiming it is targeted against the north. Addressing journalists on Wednesday in Abuja, CNG spokesperson Abdulaziz Suleiman noted that the timing without adequate preparation and sensitization of the critical mass that drives the economy, the SMEs and MSMEs, could prove counterproductive and further drive many below the poverty level. He said the coalition of northern groups CNG is extremely worried about the imminent crisis arising from the Central Bank of Nigeria's pronouncement of a regime of harsh policies on cash withdrawal limits, noting especially that the livelihood of many individuals and enterprise sustainability would be impacted. As a representative of various interest groups from northern Nigeria, CNG, after watching and analyzing the situation carefully, has come to believe that the CBN policy is another not well thought out, unreasonable and unacceptable action perpetrated by certain dubious interests led by Godwin Emefiele against Nigerians collectively and Northerners in particular. We find it ridiculous for Emefiele and the CBN, after plunging the country into economic crisis that involves high inflation, poor exchange rates, and dwindling foreign reserves, as symptoms of mismanagement and bad economic policies. So, to so arrogantly insist on enforcement of the political, despite of this policy, despite an order of the National Assembly to the contrary. The CNG notes that the timing without adequate preparation and sensitization of the critical mass that drives the economy, the SMEs and MSMEs, could prove counterproductive and further drive many below the poverty line. So it is not a attack against the north now. Yes, now we have been seeing a lot of allegations flying left, right, and center to levy against, or to be maybe to implicate a CBN governor. It's not as if himself is so clear or is so clean, but unfortunately, this is where we have found ourselves. And also, these northerners that are saying that it is against the north or whatever, and Buhari has come out to give his full backing to the federal government for this, to the CBN. So what are you to say to that? Are you saying that Buhari is not aware of this because he came out and gave him his support, that he shouldn't even mind anybody saying anything? So what are you talking about? Are the only northerners affected with the policy? Why people are so selfish? Politicians would pay them and they come out to any nonsense. They have not mobilized their people to protest about the killing, poverty, destruction, manipulation, deceit in the north. Well said, but I don't even support the killing in the north or south, is because these are human created by God. Humans have no right to kill their fellow humans. When the sun shines, it's targeted at the north. When the rain falls, it's targeted at the north. The dusty Harmattan weather is targeted by the north or at the north. When the floods come knocking, it is targeted at the north. Oh Lord, makers of all creations, the people of northern Nigeria are asking why you continue to bless them when they are not requests for everything good or anything good. Who authorized the policy? Of course, it's the president, who himself is a core northerner. Do we blame? Now, wow. Now, wow. Hi. Now, wow. Well, it is the same word that authorized this. I said it. Who are the northerners being referred to here? Are they pro or anti-Nigeria? Maybe those raising these objections are more northern than the president of the country himself, who actually saw reason why this policy should be implemented. Forward ever and backward never. That's how you see that a lot of people in this country are the enemies of this country. Majority of them, in their large numbers, they don't want the betterment of this country. Anytime there's a good thing, policy to change some things, you see them coming out to reject that, to debunk that, to downplay the whole thing. I beg this CNG or whatever you call your group, shut up and stop displaying your laziness and stupidity here. I feel insulted for a group like this to be claiming to represent our interests in the north. The possible interests you guys are claiming to fight for is allowed has allowed you to continue with your old way of hiding currencies under your bed or hoods like a brushman, and allow the rest of the people to go in hunger. What time are you waiting to do the cashless when many more countries are already ahead of us with it? Some of the merits of it is that it reduces corruption significantly, and as all loopholes can easily be plunged electronically, the decision is ours. That electronic stuff is what they don't want at all. Is what they don't even want at all. You know, this cashless policy has been on ground because they said, oh, there's no time, there's no this, there's no that. If some things are not being enforced, those things that are good to the people, if they are not being enforced, you begin to see a lot of things. The issue of cashless economy, it has been there for a very long time, but they see overlook it because if they are to go by that, I don't think. Hmm, okay. Well, it will appear that any policy not designed to please the North must be challenged. There is no special effect against the North or the South in the new policy. We eat, it will eat the Southeast very badly because they are traders but they are not complaining. You have to be an economist to understand what the CBN is doing. Nigeria belongs to everybody. Well, my mouth. All the money you have stolen from oil will be rooted out if you don't bring them out. Why you northerners eat change, progress, development? Igbos who supposed to be complaining because they are traders, they have seen reason to support these policies. You parasite northerners, you are against anything that will benefit, uplift the people. Why not ask for your own country? How elaborate more? Why would the alone alone be a target? Okay, why must be not alone be targeted? It will soon be reversed because of the northern perceived targeted people. How is it targeted at the north alone? Explain to the whole world. It is a pity that our unity is always threatened by the north. Then they don't want to develop and will not allow others to develop. This rhetoric has been on before independence and is still on till today. They not destroy our educational system, transport, economy, name it. They stood against restructuring. If this was Yes, the North has always been drawing us back in everything. We should have gotten our independence in 1954 instead of 1960. It is if it were not the North dragging their feet, millions of Nigerians, especially from the North, should have been educated by now.